Hey everyone, guess what we're making today? Nachos. I know, but my son was going to hook up with some friends. They each had to bring something. This is what we decided we were going to make. I kind of wanted one too. So here we go with nachos. Of course, first thing we need is a frying pan and a pound of ground beef. Into the pan it goes. We'll cook it right down till it's nice and brown. Like that, and set it aside. Now let's get some stuff ready to go. 1 onion. We're going to use a half an onion. I was toying with slices and then I thought, nah, you know what? Let's go back to the dicing. So this is 1 onion, all nice and diced up. Yummy. Let's put that aside. Now the hamburger we just cooked, we're getting it out of the frying pan because I need the frying pan. Okay, so we'll put that aside till we need it. And there's our pan. And normally I'd put a little bit of oil in this. I didn't. I figured there was still a little bit of grease left over from the hamburger that we just cooked up. And we're going to let the onions cook down till they're just starting to turn brown. They don't need to be super brown, but just cooked enough so they're starting to take on that sweet flavor. Now here's our ground beef back into the pan. Let's give it a stir and mix it all together. Alright, now the fun part, that is a half a cup of water as per the directions. We're going to mix that around. And our next ingredient, of course, is a packet of taco seasoning. That's what the water was for. You throw the whole taco seasoning in and combine all that. And I have in the past just made taco seasoning. If you got all the spices, not hard to do. This way was a little quicker. Alright, and we're going to keep cooking this down until the liquid's pretty well evaporated out. So there we go. Our hamburger's all nice and mixed. Yummy. We've let it simmer. And I think we're just about ready to start putting stuff together. So into a bowl. This is refried beans. And we're going to use 1 can's worth. Now the funny thing was, my son wasn't so sure that everyone liked refried beans. So we had to take that into account. But since I was making a double batch anyway, I only used half of the can on his and mine. Because my daughter won't touch refried beans either. So we're going to do a 50-50 on this. So it's the can and a little bit of water just to help mush it around to get it to the consistency you want. Kind of like that. You want it mushy but not super runny. So I think that's going to work. Now let's start putting the nachos together. So I've got a pan with parchment paper. And you're going to dump out your nachos, of course. Hopefully not too many broken ones like that. We'll mix them up and put them together nice and flat. So about half that pan that you want full of nachos. Now here's where it gets interesting. You're going to want to spoon the refried beans into the pan because that's our next step, obviously. And you know, if I had a bigger pan, I think next time I might try layering it. So we do this twice and then put all the goodies on top. I think that would work. It'd be a hell of a big thing of nachos. So we've got half of what we had in the bowl, which was can. So it's a half a can of refried beans on half of the nachos. That way those that don't like it don't have to eat it. I think it's looking good. There. Now here's the ground beef that we cooked up, and we're going to throw it on the whole pan of nachos. And then of course cheese. And this is actually my go-to cheese. It's a Mexican blend, so how appropriate for nachos. But you know, if you just want cheddar or your own favorite cheese, Jack or whatever, hey, put that on instead. Why not? They're your nachos to make. This is looking good already, so let's get this in the oven. 400 degrees, 15 minutes, get it all nice and melty. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to get our top done. So I've got the ends of green onions, and you can go use the whole thing if you want. I just wanted them for a garnish. I use them in another dish, the ends. So I had all these greens, so I'm not letting them go to waste. They'll look cool as a garnish. And into the bowl we put them. Yummy. And then of course, what else do we need for nachos? Tomatoes. So I've got one Roma tomato because that's what I had. And you know, they kind of chop up really nice. I was impressed. I may use them again. So that's one tomato. More than enough for the nacho pan I'm making. And at this point, if you wanted black olives or anything else, now's the time to put it together. Along with dips, which I didn't do for this video, but sour cream's always a good go-to. So is an avocado dip if you want. Now here's our nachos out of the oven. And of course, while we're waiting for them to get all melty, we chopped up stuff. So let's get our tomatoes on and our green onions on. Hey, that's it. We're done. Now all we got to do is dig into our pan, get a plate, and check them out. Oh, hey, they were pretty good too. I enjoyed it. It was a simple dish to make, and it was almost like going to the restaurant. I'm impressed. I want to do these again. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.